What's up, everyone? Welcome to the NG 英文 Show. My name is John Drummond, or 杨浩恩。
嗨，大家好，欢迎回到 NG 英文，我是 Stephanie。今天的来宾是一位博士，有社会影响力的企业家，同时也是一位语言爱好者。接下来就让我们来欢迎 Angelica。
Today I am joined by a superstar, a PhD candidate, a social impact entrepreneur, a language lover, an incredibly wonderful human being. So everyone, please welcome Angelica.
Oh, thank you so much, John, for that nice introduction.
We got to meet just recently, and I must say how kind and charismatic and powerful I feel you are, because you are doing some really cool things, but you're doing them from your heart, and I just love people like you, so I'm really grateful to meet you.
Oh, thank you. Well, actually, sometimes it's just about pay back to the society, because I had been fortunate about my life and having so much blessings, so I need to do the same.
Pay it forward. I love it. It's beautiful. We're going to dive into all of that today, but I was hoping maybe we could start, Angelica, with a brief kind of summary of who is the woman, the myth, the legend.
Well, I am a PhD candidate in sustainability. Basically, I'm studying in NCCU political science, and my concentration is about indigenous people and how to protect also the natural reserves. And well, I had been studying so many things like economics and finance, but I think the one that I love more is this one, since I know I can help. And this has been a great inspiration also to develop a company now that is called Fabrico, that is about also taking textile waste and prepare the hard part of the hospital beds. I mean, the frames. So this all came from the idea to solve two main world problems, which is the textile waste and the hospital beds scarcity in Latin America. This has made such a great impact in my life that I have been also developing social programs in Taiwan for helping homeless people and collecting sleeping bags. Yeah, recently.
Wow. Wonderful summary there. Thank you. And if you can hear, if you're listening on ICRT, or you can watch on YouTube here, the thread of really trying to give back, as you say so beautifully, to preserve, to upcycle, to recycle, to reuse, and really to help. And so where do we even begin today? I'm not sure, but I was hoping maybe we can start with the idea of your work with the homeless here in Taiwan, because I think that's something very special, and it's often a situation that can kind of sometimes be brushed aside, or people aren't sure what to do. So I would love if you could share. You're basically collecting sleeping bags, is that right, and kind of distributing to them? Is that how it's working?
Yes. So basically 3 years ago, some friends provided me some sleeping bags that they were not using in the dorms of the university.
Which they would have just thrown away, textile waste, using one time maybe, right? And then throw away.
Yes, just doing that. But as you said, this is an occasional use just for going to camping. But actually, the homeless people can use it every day. So it's upcycling, and they need it. So that time I went to Taipei main station. And when I were just delivering this, they were like, okay, but there's no more. So I feel guilty about that, even when I were just providing those sleeping bags. So I always keep that in my mind. So the next year I trying to collect with my friends. And with the time, we just realized that this is the third year. And we just realized, try to make it more, we need to collect more, because it's not just there. It's in Longshan Temple. It's in Xindian. There's also. So now it's like, it got really massive. So many people is coming, collecting, and they are just thinking, okay, the mats, yoga mats also help. So, okay, we are collecting yoga mats.
They're telling you now what they need, right?
Yes.
Wow.
So we are collecting everything.
I love what you're saying right there too. It's yes, it's kind of funny. They're almost asking you for certain things now, but you're seeing their skill sets and their talents and their personalities, and remembering that we're all humans and we're all in this, and maybe that gives them a little bit of self-efficacy, you know, a little self-confidence of like, oh, hey, maybe I can apply myself differently. And so, yeah, it's really just you're creating that beautiful support system and recognizing one human being to another.
Yes, and we know many homeless also. So it's like at least they are feeling also this personal touch to get some dignity in some degree. They are just telling me the first time that we met, okay, but why are you washing these sleeping bags? Because most of the time people don't do it. Then I told them, there's not any difference between us. I mean, you deserve the best. It doesn't matter if you are in the street. These should be clean for you. And I just saw that these words got such a big impact on that person, because sometimes it's an issue of self-confidence. So we are just thinking about new ways how to address these things.
Wow, that's beautifully said. Yeah, and I wish you continued success with this. It's really admirable. And so anyone listening, I'm hopefully, you know, you can reach out to Angelica. We'll share some social media at the end of the show.
来宾是永续发展专业的博士生，那他就读政大的政治学系，那他研究的是关于原住民以及如何保护自然保育区。那来宾现在在经营的公司叫 Frika， 那他们会将纺织废料改造成医院的床架。那他的想法来自于想要解决2个问题，第一个就是处理纺织废料，第二个就是解决拉丁美洲医院稀缺床架的问题。那因为这件事情对他的生活带来很大的影响力，所以来宾也正在台湾发展一个社会计划，那就是帮助无家可归的人收集睡袋。因为来宾说，其实很多时候大家是为了一次性的露营活动而买了睡袋，那之后东西可能就被搁置在一旁，或是大部分的人其实不确定该怎么去处理，但实际上游民每天都可以使用到它，所以其实这就是升级再造。那来宾在帮助这些无家可归的人时，也意识到其实我们都是一样的，所以他们也应该得到尊重。那像第一次见面的游民曾经问过他，为什么他们会帮他洗好睡袋呢？那因为其实大部分的时候大家都不会这样做。那来宾就会回答说，这是因为我们之间没有区别，那他也应该得到最好并且干净的睡袋。那来宾也说，其实有时候对于游民来说是自信的问题，所以他希望能够采取新的方式来解决这个问题。那我们来复习一下刚刚来宾跟主持人提到一些片语跟词汇。第一个是 sustainability， sustainability S-U-S-T-A-I-N-A-B-I-L-I-T-Y sustainability 意思就是永续性跟可续性。那最后就是 upcycling upcycling U-P-C-Y-C-L-I-N-G 意思就是升级再造。那我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
We're going to dive into more of your language here, but it seems like this desire to give back, was this your family? How did this happen? How did you become such a giver?
Well, my family is just great, and they are also really have a really kind heart and trying to help everyone. But to be honest, I have a really special person in my life for a long, long time.
John Drummond. Just kidding.
Well, I believe you can be a really important person for someone else, and I will explain you why. Actually, was a really special person in my life, and this was my English teacher.
No. Really?
Yes.
Really? Oh my God.
And I believe she just not changed my life and provide tools, but also my classmate life, and continue doing that.
Wow. So that's incredible. So what do you mean by this? I mean, of course she was your English teacher, but was this happening at a pivotal moment of your life? Were you a young child at the time?
I just entered to the university.
Oh, so you were older already. Wow. So
Yeah.
So were you struggling with English at that time?
Absolutely. I mean, I just arrived. I was from Granada, which is a really small town in Nicaragua. I couldn't learn nothing of English. So basically, I just arrived to the capital, and this teacher just saw me and she understands my needs. But he's a really smart teacher, because it's not about just taking the great methodology, because sometimes we think, okay, to teach English, we just check, this is the best methodology and everything. No, she teach me with soul. It means she wanted to understand who I was, so she could target my needs. And she just started developing also a personal relationship that helped me to improve my self-confidence about the language and prepare the TOEFL test.
It's beautiful, because it's kind of what I think you're doing right now with homeless too. You're almost like you're improving their self-confidence. But wow, to stay on the topic here of your professor, your English teacher, as you said, it's not just the teaching of English that was so important. It was the culture she brought to you. It was the world travel she brought to you. It was the worldview, the globalization, because she was Canadian, I believe you told me.
Yes. Her name is Karen Leclerc.
Karen Leclerc. Shout out to you. So Karen was from Canada and in Nicaragua as a professor, and just happened to be your shining star.
Yes, and still my life mentor.
So still in contact.
We're still in contact.
Oh my goodness, that's
every
amazing.
Single day.
Every single day.
Yes, and she has been so amazing guidance that I am the unique PhD student that, I mean, I had been doing more things that the average of my classmates have done because her influence.
Wow. And so if you can think of some things that were really beneficial to you, influential, things that maybe helped with your language, does anything come to your mind?
I think her background, because yes, I have English teachers before,
right? But
since she provided me another way of see life and what could I do, because actually this is about opportunities and about learning. So we need to, for me, in my experience, since she were Canadian, was about her culture, was about the way how she could address so many problems. And also, I mean, everything matters in this part, and how she is, because this is the way how she is. But the thing is that for her influence, I could understand there were new ways and other opportunities that maybe were not, I could never imagine in my country for females. And she just reminds me that it doesn't matter how old you are or what are you doing. I mean, you just should every day try to improve yourself, because what you do matters.
It's a beautiful, I mean, shout out to her, really, because I mean, that's such a powerful reminder, and to get that at a time where you could hear it and understand it. I wonder sometimes, maybe if you were younger and you met her, I'm sure she still would have had impact on you, but I'm so grateful you met her when you were already in university, because your mind was already probably thinking how can I survive? What do I do for a job? You know, you're in that, like, what's next? But I think too, as you said, she was teaching you English. She had a great methodology, but she taught you also about life, and she became your mentor, someone you still talk to daily and confide in. And I think it's just so beautiful. And to see, I'm sure it's so rewarding for her to see you in another country now, doing what you're doing as an impact entrepreneur now.
Yeah, so you know what happens? So she's helping even more.
Oh, yeah. Right. She spreads more and more.
Yeah. So she has like this army of people that she's just providing all these tools.
What a gift.
Yeah, and helping everyone. Yeah. So she provided me knowledge and tools and all this mindset that I could bring also to my home. Right? And to my friends. Right. And to my team. So the company, I try to provide this. I understand the great impact of all these learnings. So I try to spread and tell to them, okay, you know, this is great, but we can do this way, because I know it works for me, and it just works for all my friends. Because she has been so great. And of course, also my parents have a great influence, because, you know, I went to this really good university. I am from a town, right, from Granada, which is a touristic city, but not necessarily people will develop so much their studies, academic studies, and even less if you are a female. So yes, I have this great influence from my parents that they just said, it doesn't matter, I have 4 daughters, but all these 4 daughters will go to this university that is really expensive, and they want me to have this great education, because this is another thing. I hope that we could have the opportunity to have great English teachers everywhere, not just because your parents will make such a sacrifice to provide you this opportunity, because otherwise I will not meet her and I might not be here.
Yeah, and it's beautifully said. I mean, yes, you went to a wonderful university where she was, but hopefully the goal is, can that be everywhere? You know, can we find these people who are the real shapeshifters, the leaders of the next? You know, you're doing that, and look at you. I mean, you're not working now at a top university. You could, sure, you are kind of doing that with your PhD, but you're also working with the homeless. You're working with those in need, and you're bridging Latin America to Asia, and you're touching now so many lives. So you have become the student has become the teacher.
Oh, really?
Amazing.
Oh, that will be amazing. That can happen. So I hope to impact, to help, to share a little bit.
Yeah, and look at you. You're talking in English, all because of her.
Oh, really?
you're doing an interview, a podcast, and a radio. Yeah, and we didn't even talk about your Chinese. Yeah, because when you're out working with the homeless, you're probably doing that all in Chinese.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my goodness. We didn't even get to talk. We'll have to bring you on for round 2 to talk about your Chinese.
Yeah, because sometimes the easiest way to get in someone's heart is also to learn the language. So for all those girls that want to have a foreigner boyfriend, just learn a good English.
But that's the advice. You know, it's beautiful, and I think I've said it on the show, but if I haven't, it's a quote I heard from a mentor of mine, and it was, if you speak to a man in his second language, you speak to his brain. If you speak to a man in his first language, you speak to his heart.
Yeah.
So man being here, any gender.
I'm wondering, what is the third language? Well, but you know,
you speak to their stomach. You speak food.
I thought was the first one, the stomach.
You're probably right, yeah. Because when you do talk about food in your language, like in Spanish for you or Portuguese or for me in English, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm hungry now.
来宾分享，他人生当中其实有很长一段时间都存在一位很特别的人，这就是他的英文老师。那当时来宾刚上大学，并且从尼加拉瓜的小镇搬到了首都。可是因为他没有资源学习英文，所以在英文方面遇到了困难。那这位老师在看到他的时候，就瞬间了解了他的需求。那他认为他是一位很好的老师，是因为他是真心花时间去了解他这个人以及他的需求，而不是单纯的用一般的教学方式教他英文。那他的老师跟他渐渐也发展了很好的关系，那同时也让来宾更有自信说英文了。那来宾说他的英文老师来自加拿大，所以其实也带给了他一些不同的世界观。那来宾也说他现在其实还都会跟这位人生导师联系，而且是每一天哦。来宾认为他老师的文化给他的影响是非常大的，因为来宾从来没有想过他们国家的女性有其他的机会以及可能。那他老师时常提醒他，无论你几岁或是在做什么，只要你每一天都有在进步就很好了。那来宾也要感谢他的父母，因为他在成长的环境当中，其实学习的资源很少，更何况是身为女性的他。那他的父母就算有4个女儿要养，也坚持将他们全部都送到最贵的大学读书。那来宾知道他非常幸运有这样的父母愿意为他牺牲，可是他希望之后英文教学可以变得更普遍，让其他人也有机会学习。那来宾也会用中文跟游民沟通，因为他认为要进入一个人的内心世界，最好的方法就是学习他们的语言。那我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
But amazing. Well, I could talk to you forever, Angelica, but a question I'd love to end the show with is if you could go back and talk to a younger Angelica, maybe before you had met your wonderful professor and mentor, would there be any advice you give yourself about language, business, being kind, being generous, anything?
Well, I just realized that learning, it should never end. and that dreams matters. You always should follow, your dreams. And also the time, right? So if you have the opportunity to meet someone that even when you are in your bachelor, you just tell you, okay, it's your bachelor, but, try to invest it wisely. So what it means, people matters. Be kind. Take care good of your friends. And also that try to make a good impact in the world. That should be your legacy. Too.
I love it. It sounds like a beautiful Disney movie now. Follow your dreams. I love it.
Yes, but it's
you are a Disney movie. There's gonna be an Angelica Disney movie coming soon. I can see it.
But anyway, I could take so many roads in my life, but I'm following what I feel that will fulfill myself and what I think is the best. So, yeah, and just take challenges.
Yeah.
So, if I could tell to her is that everything will be fine and that you don't need to settle for less.
Angelica, you are a wonderful, wonderful human being. I'm so grateful you're in Taiwan, spreading this just beautiful passion you have for life and for people and for giving back to others. So thank you so much for that. It means a lot, and I hope people can feel your energy on the NG 英文 show.
来宾会给年轻自己的建议就是要永无止境的学习，而且要认知到你的梦想是很重要的，所以要追随你的梦想，还有要无时无刻的保持善良，照顾好你的朋友们，以及试着在世界上产生良好的影响力，因为这将会成为你的传奇。那来宾也认为其实在一生当中可以走很多不同的路，但他只是在追随自己的感受，做那些会令他满足跟他认为是最好的。那他认为只要能够接受挑战，一切都会好起来的，而且千万不要将就哦。那真的要非常感谢 Angelica 为这个世界以及台湾的游民做出贡献。那如果你们想要联系来宾提供一些物资，那欢迎加他的 Line MAXGRE。那我们来复习一下刚刚来宾提到的一些片语跟词汇。第一个是 settle for less， settle for less， SETTLE FORLESS， 意思就是不将就以及不退而求其次哦。那我们就谢谢今天的来宾 Angelica。
Last thing is, where can people find more about you? Where can they maybe reach out to you, maybe volunteer their time to help you? Can they find you on social media? Where?
Well, now I'm just providing my line regarding the homeless people project. So
Sure about that? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, can you say?
Everyone is reaching me from there, and I reply really fast. I tried my best. So basically, my line ID is Maxgre, MAXGRE, and so basically you can contact me there, and I will try to send one of my volunteers, or I can go myself to pick your sleeping bags. And thank you so much if you will donate. We need it. So.
Amazing. Max Gray, MAXGRE, online if you want to contribute or donate your time or anything you have to give. Beautiful. All right, Angelica. Well, thank you for joining us on the NG 英文 show, and we'll talk to you next time.
And thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes. Oh, I want to say we should thank Jude, who put us in contact.
Yes, and I just agree. I'm just so happy to be here because I know that you will talk about the importance of English, and I hope many people can get into this and take English classes and improve their lives also.
There we go. The tools, the toolkit of life, kindness, language, humility, everything. It's beautiful. All right, Angelica, we'll talk to you next time.
Wow, thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on the NG 英文 show. Please reach out to Angelica online if you can help in any kind of way, or just want to contact a wonderful human being here in Taiwan, or myself, John Drummond 89, or NG 英文. All right, everyone. Stay curious, stay passionate, stay kind. We'll talk to you next time. Peace. All right. Well, that is our NG 英文 show for today. We hope everyone enjoyed listening to that. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Spotify. You can search NG 英文 or you can search on IG NG English ICRT. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday morning from 6:30 to 7 and Wednesday night from 9 to 9:30. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.